Hello everybody, today I will be reviewing the stand Made in Heaven from A Universal Time on Roblox. So without further ado, might as well get into the video. Okay, starting off, we're going to start with the moveset. Okay, standoff, standoff, you see, it does a click combo, which, it does about 49 damage, so it's pretty alright. And you've got an E move, which is burst punches, which fires you in front, then does a extremely fast barrage. This does not home on the target, you have to manually aim this yourself. Okay, the next move is R, which is called quick attack. It punches the opponent. Basically it's just a standalone heavy attack, but with standoff. It does 30 damage, pretty alright. And then after that we have T. T makes you do a backflip and then fire knives in front of you, which is really helpful because it just goes straight and it goes so far. It goes unbelievably quick. It is really easy to aim with, and it's a pretty good, alright move. It does about 36 damage for every knife landed. Next move is surprise attack, which does 40 damage. Made in Heaven pops out of your chest and punches the opponent in front of you. Pretty, normal move. That's about it. Okay, moving on to the stand on. We have our first move is E, which is a lightning fast barrage, dealing about 46 damage. Next is R, which fires you in front. It does a 30 damage. Next is Too Late, which fires you up into the air, throws knives below you, and dealing about 36 damage to the person below you. Next we have Y, which is a counter. If you get hit with this counter, the user gets sent behind the attacker, and they'll go behind, and then they will punch them. I think they impale them, I'm not sure. Actually, no. They go behind them, and they chop a limb off. And then that knocks back the attacking person. F fires you forward, and if it is hit just like R, it chops a limb off, chops one of your arms off, which deals bleed damage and also makes you slow. So this is all round quite a good move. It's one of the best moves. And this may come as a surprise, but that is it. That is all the moves. And you're probably wondering, where on earth is Universe Reset, Time Accelerate? Big surprise, there isn't. There is no Time Accelerate, there is no Universe Reset. So, you want to reset the universe? Not today. For some reason, the devs just kind of decided to completely ignore it, and I don't know why. In it has been seen that if you look at some of the old sneak peeks, there is a video of Made in Heaven time accelerating, but somehow it's just not been implemented in the game, and it still is beyond me, and I will never know why. Okay, here's on to section 2. Basically, what are the major problems with this stand? Well, obviously the first and most major problem is where in heaven should I say, is Time Accelerate and Universe Reset. It is the stand's signature main moves. Why has it not been implemented into the game at first release? Maybe it was very buggy, maybe they just couldn't be bothered to add it, maybe they just forgot. Because looking at this stand, I just feel like the devs kind of made it and were like, whoops, oh yeah, that stand, I never knew that existed. Because I never see anyone use this stand. I never in 1v1s, like 1v1 game mode, have ever seen anyone use Made in Heaven. And it's such an underrated stand, but with good reason. Because it's missing its main moves. Who the hell is... That's like having the world over heaven without time stop. It's beyond me why they never thought of adding it on first release. I'm not sure we'll ever get an answer to it until, I don't know, maybe an update comes out, which, like a Made in Heaven update, which, you know, probably reworks some of the moves and hopefully, you know, does all the things we want it to do, which it isn't doing for some weird reason. I know it's hard to ask for on a game which came out 5 days ago, re-released 5 days ago, but come on. Universe Reset would be so... It's basically the same premise as Bites the Dust, and you've coded Bites the Dust for Killer Queen, a stand that not many people use. So why didn't you... you just go into you just go into like a weird portal, and they come up the other end looking weird or something, or looking different, having, I don't know, some sort of slowdown effect. You know, it's almost the same premise as Killer Queen Bites the Dust. So why didn't they add it? That is a question that I don't think will be answered too soon, unless somehow this video blows up and gets an answer from Kerr or one of the head developers himself, which I highly doubt. But I tell you what, that's basically the only major flaw. Another major flaw is the R and F move and E move being really hard to land. Standoffy, by the way. Because if your opponent has high ping, or they're running away, or you have high ping, they can dodge it really, really easily. And Made in Heaven's supposed to be a speedy stand. You're not supposed to be able to dodge it like that. But, like, a good 50-60% of the time, I am missing my R, F, and standoff E moves. Which I personally don't think it defeats the premise of Made in Heaven being fast. So... what would really be nice if they made it homing, but maybe like blockable. So like you see them leap forward, then you block, then it doesn't do anything. That would balance it to make it a bit more fairer for Made in Heaven and for the other guy as well. And another complaint, the Y counter hitbox is a little bit hoinky splonky right now. I might be on my end, no clue, but like sometimes they'll punch right next to me and doesn't trigger it. But yeah, that's basically all the flaws of Made in Heaven. But I tell you what I really like about Made in Heaven, how no one uses it. Because if no one uses it, not a lot of people have been able to fight it. So if no one's fighted it before, then they don't know their cooldowns, they don't know the moves that I'm using, they're basically taking it as it comes and trying to learn what moves they are. And they can't keep up with the speed. The speed is too much for them. As you can see in some of the footage, people are calling me spammers because the moves that I use are obviously so quick and fast that they're, I don't know, the world can't catch up with it. That's the speed is what carries the stand. It has a low damage output, but a high damage per second output. If you do enough damage, yeah, in a short amount of time, then it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. You'll win with this stand. It's not all about high damage outputs. It's just doing it so fast with the little damage that it builds up to be big damage, you know? That's what I really like about the stand. In that way, it doesn't make the stand overly OP, because obviously you're not just kind of farming 200 health off of one time stop. All over heaven. But actually that got nerfed recently, so that's fine. But yeah, there are other stands which are just made to be extremely, extremely, extremely strong, and it's just boring to play against. But when you've got Made in Heaven just zip-zapping about, it really keeps you on your toes. It's really interesting and fun gameplay. So, yeah. To be honest, that's all I have to say about Made in Heaven. It's a good stand, but it could be better. It could be so much better. And even if it was better, it would probably still be balanced. weirdly enough. Like, when you make a stand better, you expect it to be, you know, overpowered, need a nerf, which this doesn't, you know, it's just so good. It is one of my favourite stands because it's so underrated and no one expects it to pull as much wins as it does. But yeah, it's at the end of the day, it's all right. It is all right. If you are more of a heavy hitter, I'd say go for the World Over Heaven. But if you like making the opponent absolutely lose their mind because you're a spammer, you're a stupid spammer, then go ahead and get Made in Heaven because it is so much fun compared to other stands. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Hope you have a good day. If you're at the end of the video, wow, you are very brave, and have a good day. Goodbye.